Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. This is a druid deck that I'm not 100% certain I drafted correctly. It could have had more druids of the claw, but as it is, I've got 4 5 drops, 2 6-mana removal spells, Nourish, which is 5 mana, and an Ancient of War, so it's got a high curve already. I just could have had more druids of the claw, which were good. Is that worth it that I took some cheaper stuff to round out the curve? Hard to say. Up against Druid, the Paladin. And we have, okay, a pretty decent opener here with the Loot Hoarder. I don't know why I'm calling this pretty decent. It's got one playable card. Okay, so we're going to mulligan all that stuff. Druid versus Paladin is fine because you can counter his hero ability. This thing sucks. It was in a really bad pack, though. I stand by my choice to pick it, even though it was totally wasted. But yeah, we're going to play the Loot Hoarder on turn 2, I guess, and then coin one of these guys on turn 3. This could work against a Paladin, although because Paladin secrets suck so badly, A, stealing one's not that big of a deal, and B, the opponent might not even have any. Honestly, the best the best class to play against if you want your Kizan Mystic to fire is Hunter, because Hunters are the most likely to actually have playable secrets. Alright, so now we can actually get one of these guys out. Is that worth it? Well, let's say I play a Loot Hoarder with the coin now. Might stop him. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This might stop him from playing some things. Like, let's say he had a 3-2. Now he can't play it. So I feel like this is worth doing. If he has a 2-3, I can shapeshift into it, save myself a mana. Alright, he makes a recruit, which is pretty sensible. So now, do I shapeshift and kill the recruit, or do I make the swordsmith and trade my Loot Hoarder in for a card? Well, if I trade the Loot Hoarder in, kind of sucks, because then I have this 1-3 sitting out, which is good for mopping up recruits, but I doubt he'll actually play a recruit next turn. Next turn he's probably going to play something else, and because I made the coin for the Loot Hoarder, I now cannot make a 4-drop on turn 3, so maybe this was a mistake, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the Farseer comes out. I could shapeshift into it, use the Loot Hoarder. I could Wrathity Dathity for the 3 damage, or I could Wrath for damage in a card and get the Loot Hoarder for another card. Well, I think either way we're going to run this Loot Hoarder in, so let's do that first. Nourish, okay. I don't think I need more cards. I'm doing fine on cards, so I'm going to hang on to the Wrath. In general, I think it's a mistake to use Wrath early on for the damage in card. Because I've got, tons of cards here. The cards are not the issue. The issue is getting my stuff out onto the table. So I want to save this in case I need to deal 3 damage with it later. That's, good board presence. 3 damage for 2 mana. That could help me clear something off. Alright, so what's he going to play here? Hopefully nothing too big. The Yeti is going to be my move. This is just a 3-mana creature that's overcosted. Is he going to buff it? Yeah, so he has a pair of 3/2s on turn 4. Honestly, it could have been worse. Really just depends on how he follows this up. So I would like to claw this Priestess, but that would require me to play a Swordsmith, which isn't good. So we're going to play the Yeti. I could have claw shapeshifted to kill the Cleric, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because the Priestess is still out there. Much like the Truth. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen. This is bad. I let him keep creatures. Blessing of Kings would be good. Buffing stuff would be good. He's got a Dark Iron Dwarf. Man, I was just thinking, I hope he doesn't have a Dark Iron Dwarf. He had a Dark Iron Dwarf. Alright, so we both get a thing. I get a terrible one. He, of course, has Emergency Coolant. Dwarf goes up to 5 health. This is getting a little ugly. I could silence the Priestess, shapeshift and kill it. And then I am left with a 4-5 to deal with. So we'll just play the Tiger. I have a ton of cards. Can't get him out. My health is alright though, so I'm hanging on in here. And once we get to higher mana values, I'll be okay, I think. But if he just keeps on having good plays, I'm going to be in trouble. Wouldn't mind if he played a Secret. No, he's going to play a Drake. That's a pretty good card for him here. Hits me in the face. Obviously, there's nothing else for him to do. Goes up to the Drake. Okay. Well, here, let's do the obvious stuff. So we're obviously killing that. Obviously going to Claw to kill that. 5 mana left. Well, can't kill this because I can only deal 4 damage to it. So that doesn't do me any good. So I think I'll play the Bear in front of that Dwarf. And a Master Swordsmith. I don't see any reason to give that Bear health or to silence his Dwarf, so yeah, Master Swordsmith it is. Okay, he's got That's unfortunate. He's got 7 cards, 8 cards to my similar amount. Tiger could be useful here for clearing some stuff off if he doesn't have killer for it. If he does have a creature that will drop down and kill the tiger, he's going to be in pretty good shape. Actually, the swordsmith going on the bear is okay, because that leaves a dwarf with 1 health. Well, never mind, so that all doesn't happen. Muster for battle. Alright, I need to swipe, actually. Swipe would be really... Of course, I was just joking when I said he got the cool into, but no, he actually did get the cool one. Okay, so swipe would be really good. It would let me clear out his entire board. Please, 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 not a chance. Alright, so Shadows on Cleric doesn't help. You know what, I gotta do this. I'm gonna have to silence the tiger to let it attack. Buffing its attack and health doesn't matter, so we'll just kill the dwarf here. We'll mop up a recruit. Shapeshift to kill another recruit. And is it worth it to play this cleric? Not really, so here it is, the Wrath for 3 damage. Let me kill that off. And I'm actually gonna armor plate either the owl or the swordsmith. So the swordsmith, if I armor plate it, it can survive against the weapon and the recruit, but then the recruit kills the owl. If I armor plate the owl, he has his choice of whom to kill. So I guess I might as well not give him any choices. Let's just do that. So now he can use his weapon to kill the owl. But then he takes 3 damage, which doesn't really matter because he's at full health. So yeah, I guess maybe I should have just done the owl. Let him choose who to kill, but then I might stick around with the owl. Alright, he's got a consecration. So it's a good thing I buffed him, because at least this way he has to use a tick of his weapon. Oh, he chooses to save his weapon. Interesting choice. I don't know why he would choose to save the weapon when he's at full health. It's very weird. Play a secret? Play a secret? Please play a secret? No, not a chance. Hey, Ancient of War. Okay, this is really difficult for paladins to deal with. But let me just think of through my options. I could shapeshift to kill off the recruit. I do kind of want to take his recruits off of here. Then I can also, with 6 mana... 6 mana sucks. I can only play 1 of these cards. Well, that's dumb. So there's really no point in not playing this, because I'm only going to play 1 card anyway. Could have played 2 cards, but then I would have left the recruit. I'd rather have this than these 2 hunks of junk. Alright, so he's got a 5/10 taunt to contend with. I will heal up slowly over time with Shapeshift. Actually, I probably won't, because I'm going to probably be using Shapeshift to kill off his recruits. Let's see if he has a silence for this. Rocketeer deals 5 damage. That doesn't do anything at all. And he's just going to throw his crap at it to whittle it down. Is he going to hit it with his weapon? Okay, that's smart. I wouldn't have hit it with his weapon, with the weapon if I were him. Alright, so here I think it's important to do a couple of things. First, let's buff that up, make it harder to kill. Then I'm actually going to kill this shielded bot. Don't let paladins keep creatures and all that. And then I'm going to play the pirate, even though it's an overpriced grizzly. Protects my face from charging creatures in case he tries to burn me out. Kind of 6/3 and a 3/3. Everything's a 3 except for the cleric, so I'm pretty safe from consecration. Well, consecration and then his weapon will pick everything off, so I guess I'm not that safe. But the good news is that he's likely to spend his whole turn clearing my board or playing stuff my creatures can already kill, because I have so much power on the table. So I'll be pretty comfortable playing Nourish next turn, most likely, and getting a bunch of cards. Then as long as I don't get burned out, I should be able to win this game. Unless he has, you know, something really... Basically, unless he has some kind of a legendary, like... really good legendary like Rag or Ysera or Deathwing or something, I should be fine just nourishing and then winning the game. Alright, this is a piece of crap, so I'm pretty happy to see that. And that doesn't make any difference at all, so I'm happy to see that as well. Alright, I think we're going to nourish here. Swipe would be nice to see. That's also nice to see, admittedly. Okay, interesting. So would I actually shapeshift to kill this thing? Well, let's see what I get for cards first. Before we do anything else, maybe I'll still get swipe. I would definitely use swipe here if I got it. Nope, nope, and can't play that. Okay, so I could shapeshift and run into this. That would let me basically keep this guy alive. Although it really wouldn't, would it? Because if I shapeshift to kill this, and I kill off the owl, he's still got 2 damage there, so he's gonna kill this thing regardless. So if he's gonna kill this regardless, I might as well just do this, and this, and this, and play my Druid of the Claw here. protects my guys from the wrath of his weapon. Didn't shapeshift that turn, so I'm at 12 health, but with 3 cards, there's no way you can kill me past this taunter. And I do have this guy, which is pretty nice. I gotta admit, I'm pretty happy about him over the Druid of the Claw here, even though I had some momentary regrets when the draft happened. This could have been another Druid of the Claw. That was probably a mistake. So we'll kill that off. Hit him in his fat face. Play that. Could have, I guess, played the Stalker in the Argent Squire. But now I have 7 cards to his 3. My cards are all big. These are 4/4s and 3/3s. It's pretty big stuff. I got this for a ton of damage. This should have just been a Druid of the Claw. Yeah, there's just no justifying this thing. Okay, he's got a Spiteful Smith here. That'll die to Starfire Shapeshift if I want. It's gonna Holy Light. Oh, Holy Light. That is not a good card. Compare Holy Light to Seal of Light. Honestly, it's one of those things where like they should have just like changed Holy Light to Seal of Light, because Seal of Light is 2 mana, restore 4 health, and get 2 attack. I mean, clearly 2 attack is better than the 2 extra health, just clearly, so it's pretty embarrassing. Okay, well, let's Starfire this, see what we get. Innervate, interesting. That. And you know what? I will just Innervate this Yeti. I doubt I'm going to use Innervate for anything else. I've already played my Ancient of War, and my Nourish, and a Druid of the Claw, and an Antique Hillbot, and a Starfire. So a lot of my expensive stuff is gone. I might as well just cash in a card for a bigger presence. This thing I'm going to play pretty soon as a 4/3 for 4, because he's clearly not playing any secrets. No matter what secret he would play here, just the fact of him playing a secret when he's down to 2 cards would be a victory. Oh my god, he actually has a secret. Well, even if I didn't have a way to steal this secret, I wouldn't care, because secrets just give so little value to paladins that here when he's behind it, it's not going to help him catch up. Okay, so he whacked me. Let's see, can I win before I do anything fancy? 4, 8, well, maybe 12, 15, 19, no, I can't win. So we'll steal the secret. It's really insult to injury because it doesn't matter. It was Avenge. Big surprise there. Let's kill that. Let's kill this. And I mean, he just can't win. There's just nothing he can have that would let him win here. Any Paladin board clear combo would be 2 cards. He's only got 1. We got it. Drea goes down. Mac and cheese here. Good luck, victory, mac and cheese. Well, oh no, I didn't get to say it. Well, it's okay. Alright, well, so far, I haven't had to pay for my mistakes. I actually made a really bad misplay in the first game, and I might have made some misdrafts. Mac and cheese. Delicious. So I don't know how good this deck really is. The first 2 opponents were not that hard. Not that I'm complaining, but just saying, we can't tell yet exactly whether this deck is really any good. That Dread Corsair is just painfully bad. Really, really, really painfully bad. I wish it would activate off of attack, because then at least things like Claw would work on it. But it would be a little bit anti-thematic, so who knows. Alright, this could have been a Druid of the Claw. Here I am happy it's not. So we got turn 1 and turn 2. I remember this I took pretty aggressively as well. So far my lower costing draft choices are holding up relatively well. Okay, we actually have the perfect curve here. 1, 2, 3 in the opening hand and then got into a Yeti, so it's going to be one of those annoying things for the opponent to face where it's like, come on! Seriously, something every single turn? Okay, this is looking really good. I have plays on my opening turns. I'm a druid, so if you play something with 3 health, I can shapeshift to finish it down. Fairy Dragon's a weak play here. Does he have a coin to do something else? No, it's a pretty weak play because it obviously just dies to the gnome. Now, I could use the Shattered Sun Cleric to buff this thing and then kill the Fairy Dragon, then I'd have a 2-1, a 3-1, and a 3-2. Could all die to Hellfire. I could trade the gnome into the Fairy Dragon and then just play the bear. But why not have an extra creature? There's really no reason not to. So yeah, let's do this. I mean, yes, you could coin Hellfire, but I'm already up a card for this. And then this gives me back a card. So it would actually come out even. And he doesn't have Hellfire anyway. Okay, this is good. So here I have a choice between a regular Yeti and a Chillwind Yeti. I'm going to play the regular Yeti just because I don't see a reason to give him a spare part. Sure, I would get one too, but I'd rather have something that's just more neutral than something that's double-edged, given that I don't have any particular mech synergies to wait for in this deck that I can recall anyway. Okay, the moment for Hellfire has passed. Okay, this might kill the Shattered Sun Cleric, or it might hit my Yeti. I don't luck out. However, this thing will die. I could use the Gnome to deal the damage, and then that let me play the Tiger, or I could just Shapeshift and then satisfy myself with the Bear. Let's go for the Bear. The Bear isn't as good as the Tiger. It's missing, you know, a total of 4 stat points, which is a big deal. But this lets me keep the Gnome around, which makes up some of the missing stat points. And he clearly doesn't have Mortal Coil, or would have already played it. Oh man, he hovered over Life Tap. I would love to see him Life Tap here, because he's pretty behind on the board. Another Veil Cannon. Okay, so now I regret not playing the Yeti, because if I had played the Yeti, the mechanical one, it would guarantee the Bear gets hit or the Voodoo Doctor. Okay, he won't hit his own creatures, but at least it doesn't kill my thing off. Let's think. So I could just swipe this thing, Shapeshift into it, clear off his board, hit him for 6, 9, 10 with the swipe, so he's down to 14 health. It's an option. I could hit him with the Yeti, Shapeshift, finish it off, but then the Voodoo Doctor kills whatever it touches. I could Shapeshift this, throw these 2 guys at it, then play the Mechanical Yeti, save the swipe. Oh, why don't we just use the swipe? He clearly doesn't have any removal, except for those Spell Cannons. So if he doesn't have any removal, then my minions should be good, and I might as well just deal damage. This is 9 damage it has dealt with my minions. It's a pretty big deal. I've also got some burn here with the Druid of the Claw. Card-wise, he's okay. He's 6 to my 6, but 3 of my 6 are on the board, and he's behind on health, so he's got to catch up here. This doesn't do him any good. This is not what he wanted at all. And he life taps, which is really weird. He should have really life tapped first, in case he had something better to play than a minion that doesn't do anything. Now I've got to look at possibly killing him. This is 4, 7, 9, plus 4 is actually lethal damage. So let's just kill him. Kill him dead. Now Clockwork Gnome was played on turn 1, 7 turns later, still alive, so pretty happy with that draft choice. And we get our 3rd win. Okay, so that game actually increased my confidence with the deck, although maybe it shouldn't have, because the Warlock didn't do any removal. No Dark Bombs, Shadow Bolts, Soulfires, Mortal Coils, Hellfires. Yeah, he played no removal. Why would that raise my confidence? I don't know. Anyway, we got up to 3 wins is what I'm trying to say. Druid's been sort of average for me, stat-wise. It's not been one of my best classes, but it hasn't been as bad as Shaman or Warlock or Hunter. So, if I can get to 5 or 6, that'll be pretty good. Let's see who the next worthy opponent is. It is a Paladin again. Alright. Gnome Spanker. Well, that is naughty. Let's see what we get. Nice opening hand so far. Innervate. Well, with Innervate, you can play the Druid of the Claw on turn 2. Because you're 2nd and you got the coin. The question then becomes, do I really need these things? Well, if I do this, then I could play this still on turn 3 to buff the Druid of the Claw some more, but then I don't need the Loot Hoarder. So I'm going to commit. I don't need that Loot Hoarder. I'm going to play this on turn 2. And one of these on turn 3 now. And then hopefully have better things to play on turn 4 than a Loot Hoarder. Clockwork Gnome would have been nice. But it didn't happen, so that's okay. Hopefully he plays a real drop here so that I can get a card up with Druid of the Claw. Keep in mind that as massive as it seems to play this on turn 2, I am spending Innervate for it, so like I do need to kind of catch back up, card-wise. Okay, with the Wolf, another option raises itself. I could, of course, coin into Druid of the Claw, or sorry, Innervate into Druid of the Claw, Keeper of the Grove, and then kill this Wolf. That would basically be like using Innervate to kill this and play a 2/4. Is that worth it? Let's think. You know, why don't we just stick to the plan? Let's go for the Druid of the Claw. I don't need to kill that Wolf right away. 4/6. This thing's still gonna have 4 health after killing the Wolf. 5 health if I use the Cleric, which might actually be good because that would stop True Silver Champion from killing it. Although he's gonna play a Recruit here, at least, so it will die to True Silver Champion. The nice thing, though, is that this could actually maybe kill something better. Like if he was going to play a better 3-drop. He's actually going to give a Divine Shield, huh? It's an interesting play. I can't tell if it's a good play or not. So I could shapeshift on the wolf and kill it off, but I think I'd rather get a creature on the table. So we'll just buff this, and yeah, let's just go ahead and kill the thing that we can kill. So let's see if he's got Dark Iron Dwarf on this wolf or Blessing of Kings to kill off the Druid of the Claw with profit. So basically I spent 2 cards to make this, Innervate and the Druid himself. I just got the card back by killing the Argent Protector. Am I going to get to keep that card? Oh my god, Dark Iron Dwarfs every goddamn time. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well that sucks. So I don't get ahead. I'm actually behind now. I could swipe, but that won't kill the wolf. I could Keeper of the Grove, but that can kill the wolf, but then the dwarf lives. Well, it sucks. That's what we'll do. Face. Oh, it didn't work out. Maybe I shouldn't have committed to that opening. Maybe I should have just, you know, kept it cool. Played Loot Hoarder. That would have stopped him from playing the wolf. Hard to say. It's awkward now. After he kills the Keeper of the Grove, it's a 2 toughness thing. It won't die. It's a swipe. Oh, and he actually gets to clear the board here. And play another minion. This is starting to look really bad. I'm going to have to count on Ancient of War to catch me up, but it's not for another few turns. Oh, jeez, this is bad. So he clears my board. He has a 4/4 and a 2/2. I'm at 5 mana, not 6, so I can't kill everything with swipe. So I'm just going to have to hope that on turn 6 I can clear his board with swipe, although if he plays any real 6-drop, I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, balls. Chillwind Yeti? Alright, it's better than the alternatives. So Chillwind Yeti will trade with both of these. It's actually threatening to go up a card. Let's see what he can do in response. Still holding out for a prayer that swipe will actually let me clear the board. He goes for the face. Okay. Holds this guy back. Is he thinking about playing True Silver Champion? God, this Dark Iron Dwarf was so good. Could have popped the shield on the wolf, and the wolf at least would have died. Okay, he plays a recruit, so that's good. That'll die to swipe. Blessing of Kings. Oh, man. So now he's going to have... Oh, I can still clear the board. So, alright. Whatever. Could be worse. So now I'll play this. I'll have 4 cards left to his 4 cards. He's going to have the first turn. It could be worse. He'll take some damage killing that, but whatever. Okay, so he's got 4 cards. How good is his turn 7 play? His turn 6 play was pretty underwhelming. I mean, Blessing of Kings is alright, but he didn't get a good minion down. And then this should be pretty good response to most below average turn 7 Paladin plays. Especially because Paladin's only answer to this is Silence, which Paladins don't have any class cards for. He's got 7 damage here, and what's annoying about this is just a Divine Shield. It pops, but lives. I will still play this, though. I think it's worth it. Because it's still going to have 3 health after these things run into it. He's used a Dark Iron Dwarf and Blessing of Kings already, so really, how much more buffing can he have? And if he doesn't have any buffing, I'm good. Now, Hammer of Wrath would be a simple way of killing this. Plus Ogre Magi and the Scarlet Crusader. Okay. So he's going to pop a couple of Divine Shields, it looks like, to kill this thing off. And that's a pretty good way for a Paladin to handle it. This is not looking good for me. What I really need is like another swipe, or a Starfall, but I was not blessed with that in this draft. I had just the one board clear. Okay, so I'm still in the game for sure, but it's not looking super great. Here I think Shapeshift to kill that is pretty logical. With 6 mana, I'm actually going to play this dude because he holds the fort right now. Why not play the Power of the Wild? Well, there's a chance in hell that this will actually be used as a buff, so I figured I might as well save it. He didn't have a particularly great way of killing that tree. He just used the Argent Commander, so As long as he doesn't have removal in these 3 cards, the commander trades with the Corsair, the Master Swordsmith can kill off the Recruit. Turn 9, I can actually play all 3 of these cards. Oh, no, he has that. Ball sacks. So now he can kill the Pirate, use the commander to kill the Swordsmith, the puny Swordsmith. Still has 5 mana left over, and I can, I guess, shapeshift to finish this thing off, but then I can only play 2 cards. Oh, he's gonna hit me in the face. Interesting choice. I think he, well, maybe he messed up, maybe didn't. Depends on what he does with these 2 cards. Shredder's a good card. Okay. Alright, let's see what we get before making any further commitments. Silence. That's pretty good. I think it's worth using. And let's think, with 7 mana, is this the time to power the wild? I think so. Let's play this. Buff him up. Shapeshift. Kill the Recruit. And do I kill this thing? Sure, let's kill this thing. So the Silence Shredder kills this, the True Silver kills that. He's got 2 cards to my 1. He has the first play. He's in the lead. I've already used my Ancient of War. Still have a Tiger. I've already used Root of the Claw. So really it's just that Tiger I have that's the last good thing. Healbot would heal me up, but my problem is he's actually ahead of me on cards right now. Interesting choice to use the True Silver to kill the 4/4. I assume that means he has another way of killing the Owl. There would have been no reason to drop the Shredder into it, because the Shredder would have just easily killed the 4/4. Unless he's going to try to race me. And it looks like that's what he's doing, he's trying to race. Okay, fair enough. His Recruits keep me from gaining any health with Shapeshift, because I'm going to probably be mopping up these Recruits all the time. What's that last card? Okay, it seems to be nothing that great. Alright, let's think. Owl dies to that. Is there any way that I could really profitably use the Claw? Claw Shapeshift to kill that, but then the Owl dies to the Divine Shield. Then I can kill the Recruit with the Owl. Or I can just kill that with the Owl, Shapeshift to kill the Recruit, and I'm in the exact same position. So yeah, why don't we just save the Claw, kill this, kill this. I could use Claw as a healing spell, but that seems a bit silly. Let's just leave that alone. So, got a 4/5. He's got 1 seemingly dead card, although that can be disproven really quickly if he uses it to now kill the Yeti. Maybe what it was is like a consecration, and he couldn't really use it for any good effect. Card-wise, we're okay. I'm really hoping for Nourish.
Let me think.
Hoping I don't see Gelbin Stalker, because that could have been a Druid of the Claw. That would make me very sad. Tiger would be good to see. He plays his new card, so it seems like this one really is something he just can't play. And he works on me a little bit. He flicks his card, like maybe he's thinking of using it. Humility. I see. Okay, so that's good. This is, if he plays something later on, that might make me really regret that that's humiliated, but right now that's totally fine. So let's kill that, kill the Recruit, play the Tiger, which is my best minion left in the deck. Starfire's a good card to get. Nourish is a good card to get. My health should be okay because he's only got 1 card. He's in top deck mode like I am. So it should be fine on that front. The Shielded Minibot is very annoying. I don't think I have any good answers in my deck to it. He's going to keep hitting me in the face, which makes sense. Let's see how good this top deck is. A good top deck here would pretty much secure the win for him. Ah, he had nothing. Alright, Loot Hoarder's not bad. So what we'll do here is Shapeshift, Recruit, because I don't want those to stick around. Get rid of the mini-bot. Alright, with 2 cards, the Paladin could deal 7 damage. True Silver plus Hammer of Wrath or something obvious like that. But now I can actually kill a few recruits with this Yeti, so the Shapeshift could actually heal me a little bit for a couple of turns. I've got some board presence. He was ahead, but he seemed to have top-decked some bad cards like Humility and whatever this is. So that's buying me a little bit of slack. Alright, here's that card that he didn't like. Ah, it's an Unstable Ghoul. Okay. Don't really mind seeing that, honestly, because it'll mop up his own recruit. Maybe that's why I didn't play it last time. And he has a Consecration, which is a pretty smart play because that will take care of the things that could have killed off this ghoul. Alright, this could have been Druid of the Claw. Hard to say whether that would have been better or worse than the Druid of the Claw. Because this at least buys me a little bit of health. I have another Tiger. Wonderful. Okay, well, let's just kill the board. Play this to heal up. Play this. I'm sure my opponent's not happy to see this, because now I'm out of burn range. Got a 5/5. He's in top deck mode, but I've got 8 power, 8 toughness on the table. Still have Nourish and Starfire here, although if Nourish is buried too far down in the deck, then it won't be very good. He's had some bad top deck, so he's kind of due for something good, and there it is. He finds a really good card. This is a 4/4. It draws him a card. We both got Rusty Horns, so for once in my life my opponent didn't get Emergency Coolant. Hard to believe. Alright, quite the protracted battle this is. Argent Squire, definitely not the best. So how do I kill this stuff? I could throw the heal bot at this and Shapeshift to kill it. That's 3 extra damage compared to using the Shapeshift on the recruit. So I'll be at 10 health instead of 13. Or I could use the Tiger to kill it. Then the Tiger's more vulnerable to stuff. How much do I value my Tiger's health? The other thing is if I kill this with a Tiger, the Antique Healbot gets to live. So you know what? We're just going to go ahead and do this because he's already used a Consecration or 2. So I might as well just let my minions live. But taunt on the Argent Squire because it's almost like an Annoyatron this way. And it stops True Silver Champion from being effective. Very, very good that I'm a druid here, and I just can freely ping off his recruits. If I were a warrior, I would be totally fucked. I mean, of course, all my cards would have been different, but I would have been really screwed if I were a warrior. Okay, this is bad, because now he has a 1 in 4 chance of killing off the tiger. 50-50 chance of hitting something good. Either of these was good to hit. Okay, 50-50 chance. Okay, that's dodge bullet number 1. And then, can I dodge bullet number 2? Really, as long as it doesn't hit the tiger, I'm okay. Just as long as it doesn't hit the tiger, please. That would be the worst coin flip ever. Oh, thank God. Okay. So not the best outcome, but definitely not the worst. Can I kill him? 5, 8, 9, 10, 15 damage. Not enough to kill him. I think that'd be a little bit ballsy to do. So we'll just kill off the Knife Juggler. Get a card. Mark of Nature. Very interesting. Oh my God. If I had known this was coming, I could have actually killed him on the nose. 5, 8, 9. 13, 14. Yeah, could have killed him. Alright, well, how do we do this? I think the most sensible way is as follows. Shapeshift that. Throw the Squire at it. Do this. And then hit it in the face. So I've got this. Probably going to use it as a burn card. Because 4 damage makes a pretty big difference. Now I've got 8, 9 damage. Plus 4 is 13. If I draw any more damage, I'll win. I think I've already used a lot of my burn, but still, there might be something left in here that deals a damage. And then I win as long as it doesn't have removal in this one card that he top decked. What card did he top deck? It is Consecration. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh wow. Top decked a Consecration. I was even going to say, well, I could Mark of Nature for the health to guard against Consecration, but what if the odds he's going to play Consecration? Oh jeez. Oh, that's awful. So we get a Gnome, which isn't very good here. Now I'm in trouble. Now if he gets a good minion, I'm in a lot of trouble. He had a lot of bad top decks, so I can't complain too much about him getting Consecration eventually. We are going down in the deck. So it makes sense that he'd get it eventually, but that still sucks. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? He took his sweet time playing that Consecration, too. Like, should I kill both of his minions or not? Alright, looks like we're gonna have to use this as an attack to kill off Senjin, which is a very good top deck for him. I think I'm totally out of good cards. Should I Wrath just to, yeah, I should definitely Wrath to get a card. The Mystic is honestly fine here. 4/3, pretty big body. Pulse 1 health. Sure, why not? Not the greatest thing I could have gotten there. Running out of time for Nourish to be relevant. He's got one card here. I think he's actually back in the lead now. Because I'm going to hit Fatigue before he does. I'm lower on health than he is. He's got the... Are you kidding me? Oh my god. He's got so many good... He just has better cards in his deck. That's all it is. I've got a Gilbin Stalker waiting for me, which could have been a Druid of the Claw. That's going to suck when it happens. What the hell is this? Oh man, clearly his deck is better than mine. He just happened to top deck some bad stuff. But it's pretty much over. Oh man, I can get him to 10, down to 9. Yep, there was that one turn I could have Starfired his face. My next top deck was Mark of Nature. Then I would have had the kill. But didn't take that chance because I thought I could win for fairly. And I was wrong. Okay, so now everything sucks. He can kill my 4/1 with his 5/5. There's no way that I can possibly kill him. I might just die if he got like a True Silver Champion here or something. Or another Argent Commander. He had a lot of good cards. He had like 2 Azure Drakes, 2 Consecrations, True Silver, and Argent Commander. He just had a lot of good cards. He got a couple of these guys. And even so, I could have just won if I had taken the chance and hit him in the face. I just didn't think I was that far behind. I didn't think I was so far behind to justify such a risk, but it seems that I was. Or at least was destined to be. I also could have used Mark of Nature to buff my Tiger's health, and then it would have survived the Consecration. So I had some chances. Alright, might as well draw my cards. Yep, there it is. Gilbin Stalker. Oh man. So bad. So very bad. That is not a Druid of the Claw. Alright, so I think I just lose now because he can do whatever he wants to. He can hit me in the face, he can just kill my ooze. I've only got 1 card left. I'm just not going to have enough left to kill him with. Oh, well, this actually increases my confidence in the deck, the game I'm losing, because this guy had way better cards than I did. And I still actually could have beaten him. Like, I see clearly how I could have beaten him. I might have messed up by making that Druid of the Claw Innervate play early on, and I definitely messed up not Starfiring his face. So, and I definitely messed up not putting Mark of Nature on the Tiger. So yeah, I mean, he just had way better cards, and I still almost beat him, so that must mean that there's something good to this deck. Alright, so I can recycle the Fen Creeper, but it doesn't matter. I only get him down to like 8 health, and then the game ends. Ah, that top-decked Consecration. If only it had been a little further down. Honestly, just 1 more card further down for that Consecration, I would have been fine. I just needed 1 more turn to hit him with that 8 power, then I could have killed him. Ball, sack, Christ. Okay. A lot of cards. Ogre Brute. Gotta go out in style, so we shuffle the Fen Creeper into the deck. This allows us to shapeshift into the Azure Drake. And that was a really, really long-ass game. We started, what, at 1-0, and now we're at 3-1, so I played 3 games in this video. Really long-ass game that wasn't even worth it because I lost, but it was educational. There were lots of things I could have done differently, and perhaps had a chance of winning. Okay, so with my confidence in the deck boosted by a loss, now let's fight our next one. We'll have time for just 1 more game in this video, and it'll be a win, I am certain, and then we'll just be able to, you know, go off on a positive note. Who's our next opponent? Rogue. I was just thinking, you know, it'd be time to play a mage, and then it wasn't a mage. Every time I think that, I get a mage, but not this time. Alright, Info Master the Rogue. Got this traitorous Stalker. Alright, easy choices here. Just keep that guy around. Hopefully get another 2-drop to play. That isn't an owl. Alright, there it is. Ah, I have a 1-drop. Alright, I'll play this. I don't mind hanging on to that for later because it could be used later on as a buff. Note that for Power of the Wild, mathematically speaking, if you can buff even 2 creatures with it, it's not too bad. You're getting a total of 4 stat points. It's kind of like playing a 2/2. So it's okay to use just for 2 creatures. Using it for 1 creature, though, is pretty bad. So the Argent Squire, of course, dies to the dagger. You might say, Boris, why'd you do that? But the thing is that, you know, maybe she would have played a creature if I hadn't thrown this Argent Squire down in front of her, so I feel like it was worth it. Kind of a weird hand here. If she doesn't play something for me to kill with Wrath, I guess I can play the Panther, but it's not a great turn 3. Alright, looks like I got my wish. There'll be something to kill with Wrath. I could use the Stalker, but the Stalker dies, so yeah, there's no point in using the Stalker. Alright, let's Wrath it up. Is it worth it to coin into a Loot Hoarder? I think so. Let's get some board presence out here. She could make a dagger to kill the Loot Hoarder, but A, that takes some damage on her, and B, that's, you know, on a turn 4, you don't really want to make a dagger. By coining that out, I forfeit the ability to coin into Nourish, but I might be able to use the Owl and the Panther on my 4th turn, which isn't the greatest 4th turn, but it's something. Oh, what do you have? What the hell are you doing? Oh, nothing. She just pointed at it and then did nothing. Oh, Crazed Alchemist, I see. Okay, well, I actually have a reason to use my Owl. Awesome. Is it worth it? Should I save the Owl? I could buff this thing now and kill it with 1 health remaining, or I could Owl, kill... Yeah, let's do this. This is a bit of a dicey maneuver. But what I get to do here is this, and then I'm going to actually give them +1/+1. So they don't die to the dagger. She's at 6 cards. I'm at 6, and I can play the Nourish maybe next turn if these are enough to deal with her board. Okay, this is actually good. I'm happy to see this because she doesn't actually get any board presence this way. She kills off 1 but not both of my creatures, and she takes damage in the process. Now, Nourish is what I was going to do, but Druid of the Claw is really good. If it gets assassinated or sapped, that's sad. I could play it for the charge, so at least it gets some value out of it. But if I make it for taunt, it can actually protect this thing. Let's see, if I charge, that's 4/7 down to 13, down to 10. She's actually going to be a little bit of trouble if she keeps just hitting my stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to... Wait, hang on. If I'm charging with that, there's no reason to do it now. I might as well wait on it and do that later. Right? I'm just going to use it for the charge. So either I make this with taunt, or I can Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this down to 16, shapeshift down to 15, she kills something, down to 12, or I can just Nourish, get a bunch of cards. Why don't we Nourish later, though? I think it's worth it to wait on the Nourish since I've got creatures to play and board presence matters. So do I go for the charging, or do I go for the protection, or do I go for the buff? Okay, let's go for this. If she assassinates it, that's going to be really annoying, but here's the thing. If she assassinates this, that's her whole turn. Then she can kill this, but then she's down to 14 health. And then I can Nourish on an empty board. Ideally, though, she plays a Sunwalker here. And then I recycle it, hit her for 7 down to 10, and she's in really bad shape. Okay, she's hesitating. Ogre Ninja is a fun card. Can't be recycled. So it's got that going for it. Now, do I Nourish or do I keep playing creatures? Of course, the Ogre Ninja could kill the Druid, but it might also miss. If I buff the Druid, then the Ogre Ninja, even if it hits it, won't kill it. And she, of course, if she has the backstab or anything else, she could also kill this off anyway. It still seems premature to Nourish right now. Alright, let's try this out. I'm not sure this is the right play, but it's the play I'm going to make. So what I'm basically doing is I'm forcing her to have something else besides the Ogre Ninja to kill off this Druid. The reason I went for that play is it seems she's lacking in removal right now, or direct damage, because I think she would have used her damage sources to kill this Stalker or the Druid last turn. Okay, she gets a free Molten Giant. Can she give it taunt? Can she give it taunt? Wow, that's some huge stuff here. Okay, so the Eviscerate goes out on my 3/2. Okay, the Ogre Ninja will kill the Druid. Or not kill, but it will hit the Druid. Okay, so it looks like it paid off that I did this. So that gave me lethal. Maybe she was hoping that the Ogre Ninja would actually hit the Shadowstone Cleric and buy her another turn. Well, anyway, that was that, and we're at exactly 45 minutes. So thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody.